Hey, it's Andrew. I'm sitting next to Lusanda, the CEO of TUHF21. And Lusanda, I want to talk to you about uMaStandi. So can we start off just by explaining what is uMaStandi and who's it for?
Okay, well, thank you, Andrew, for the opportunity. uMaStandi is a very exciting product. It's a product that is focused on supporting property entrepreneurs in township areas around South Africa. We currently are in 2 provinces and have recently expanded to a 3rd, which is KZN. So it's not different from what TUHF does in the inner cities. The only difference is that we now finance in township areas.
And you mentioned the exciting expansion into KZN. Where else are you situated now?
We started off financing in Gauteng, mainly in Soweto, and have now expanded, in fact within Gauteng, to the Tshwane area, Atteridgeville, Mamelodi, etc., as well as the east end of Gauteng in Ekurhuleni, in areas like Spruitview, Voorsloras, Tembisa, etc., Galfontein, and we are also in the Cape Town region, in the Western Cape, but mainly in Cape Town and Khayelitsha and the other townships around.
Okay. No, fantastic. So you've now gone into KZN. Are there any other areas which you're focusing on, or is that for later?
Well, we're currently debating financing in the Eastern Cape. Okay. The idea is that in the long term, uMaStandi will be available in all the major metros where TUHF has a presence.
Yes.
So you know that TUHF Limited currently is in Gauteng, the Western Cape, Free State, KwaZulu-Natal, and the Eastern Cape.
Okay,
so
fantastic.
Only 2 provinces yet that we need to get to, which is the Eastern Cape and the Free State.
Brilliant. And you spoke about townships. So give us an example. Is this somebody that owns a property in a township and they want to build some rooms in the back? Just explain it in a bit more detail.
Well, it's a combination of both. So we have what we call a resident landlord in a township area, so a traditional backyard provider. So she provides backyard rooms. In fact, the word uMaStandi means the female stand owner. So the person who owns the stand and now wants to build rooms at the back. Yes. So she still lives in the property on normally in the front of the yard and builds rooms at the back. We finance those people, but they are not a lot in our portfolio. The majority of our clients are entrepreneurs, the same way that you find in inner cities, and their strategy is to buy property that's available for sale, put it down, and then densify that stand. Yes. So they are building 2-story walk up, depending on what town planning allows, up to 3 stories.
Sure.
So it's a combination.
Absolutely. So what could potential clients expect from uMaStandi?
Good savers, people who understand the townships, long-term financing, which is not available in a lot in townships currently, as well as the ability for landlords who are already owning assets there to unlock the equity in their properties and be able to invest in some sort of income-producing activity within that asset. So we have the terminology that uMaStandi is about unlocking debt equity in someone's property and building property markets in townships so that people can trade those assets, those property assets, and obviously grow their portfolio. So that's what they can expect from uMaStandi, for us to be able to guide them as to how to do that, how to do it responsibly, because you want to grow your portfolio in a measured way. You don't want
with the support.
With the support, we provide training and mentorship to make sure that you do it correctly, and
Brilliant. So what advice do you have for property entrepreneurs? Obviously the last 2 years through COVID has been quite tough. What advice would you give property entrepreneurs that want to enter into the market and use uMaStandi?
Is that they shouldn't rush into it. The first property you find is not necessarily the right one. So there is the thing of sentiment. I want to buy something because it looks nice and I sort of feel some attachment to that property, but financially it doesn't make sense. So you have to make sure that you have done your homework, you have compared what's available for purchase in the area and how you can densify that property. The concept of right to build is a very important one, because you don't want to build these units in a stand and you find that they are not compliant with town planning. The value that you are expecting from that property simply won't be there, because firstly the structure will be illegal, you won't be able to get insurance for it. It's pointless to do that. So we're saying make sure that you do it in a measured way, you find the right transaction. We are able to guide you in terms of mentorship and training as to what it is that you should do. But at the same time also, you have to have the passion to want to provide quality, affordable housing in townships. The issue of, units with self-contained ablution facilities, where the bathrooms and, small kitchenette are available within the unit. We are finding that's more attractive than the traditional offering in townships where people were sharing ablution facilities and common cooking areas. That's not attractive anymore in townships. So you have to have that understanding as to how the market is moving, and do your homework to understand how the market in townships is moving and what type of tenant you are wanting to cater to.
Absolutely, and there's massive opportunities, right, in the township market. So if you want to find out more, ladies and gents, about uMaStandi, and like I said, uMaStandi forms part of the TUHF21 group. If you want to find out how Lusanda and Lusanda's team can help you build a profitable property portfolio, please go to www.tuh21.co.za and we'll see you there.